One morning, a man came to see the Buddha. His heart was heavy with thoughts and deep concerns about life, people, and himself. Bowing respectfully, he asked, "Dear world-honored one, I often wonder, what is the true value of a human life? Why are there times when I feel so precious, and yet at other times, I feel like I'm worth nothing? Please enlighten me." The Buddha did not answer directly. He simply smiled, then gently took out from his robe a sparkling stone, glowing as if it had magical light. He placed the stone in the man's hand and said, "I want you to do something. Take this stone to the marketplace. Visit the shops and ask them how much they are willing to pay for it. But remember this, no matter how much they offer, do not sell it." The man was slightly puzzled by the Buddha's unusual request, but he obeyed. Carefully holding the stone, he left the monastery and headed to the nearby bustling market. His first stop was at an orange vendor's stall. He held out the stone and asked, "Would you like to buy this stone? How much do you think it's worth?" The vendor took the stone, turned it over in his hand, examined it under the sunlight, and replied, "It's shiny, yes, but it's probably just for decoration. I'll trade you a dozen oranges for it." The man nodded politely, took back the stone, thanked the vendor, and moved on. Next, he stopped at a vegetable stall run by a gentle old woman. He asked her the same question. "Would you like to buy this stone? How much do you think it's worth?" She took the stone, looked at it carefully, and said, It's pretty. I could give you a bag of potatoes for it." The man shook his head, thanked her, and continued on his way. Doubts began to creep into his mind. He didn't understand why the Buddha had sent him on this errand. Determined, he visited a large jewelry shop in the district. The jeweler, an elderly man with years of experience, was stunned the moment he laid eyes on the stone. He held it up, examined it through a magnifying glass, then brought it under the light for a closer look. "This stone is extraordinary," the old man said, his eyes lighting up. "I've never seen such clarity and brilliance. I'll pay you 1,00,000 gold coins. Will you sell it to me?" The man shook his head. The jeweler became more eager. "All right, I'll offer 5,00,000 gold coins. Please, sell it to me." But the man gently replied, "I'm sorry, I can't sell it. I've only been instructed to ask for its price." The old jeweler sighed in regret, watching him walk away, still holding the magnifying glass, shaking his head wistfully. For the final stop, the man went to a renowned gemstone shop, the most prestigious and expensive in the region. The shop owner was a well-known expert in precious gems. As soon as the man brought out the stone, the shopkeeper's eyes were instantly captivated. He said nothing, but silently laid out a red velvet cloth, gently placed the stone on it, and bowed before it as if in front of something sacred. His voice trembled as he asked, "Where did you get this stone? This is no ordinary gem. This is an invaluable ruby, incredibly rare. In all my years in this trade, I have never seen a stone so flawless." Looking up, he said, "Even if I sold my entire shop, even all my possessions, I still wouldn't be able to afford this stone. It is priceless." The man stood frozen in astonishment. In just one day, with the very same stone, he had received vastly different valuations. One offered a few oranges, another a bag of potatoes, someone else millions in gold, and now he was told the stone was beyond price. Confused and full of questions, he hurried back to the Buddha. Upon seeing the Buddha again, he recounted everything that had happened, his heart filled with wonder and bewilderment. He spoke of the fruit seller's dozen oranges, the vegetable vendor's bag of potatoes, the jeweler's golden offers, and the gem expert who declared it priceless. After listening, the Buddha smiled kindly and said, "You see, it was the same stone all along, yet everyone valued it differently. Why? Because each person judged its worth based on their knowledge, understanding, and perspective. Likewise, a human life is like a precious gem, but not everyone can recognize a person's true worth. Some will look down on you, some will underestimate you, but there will also be those who see your great potential and dignity. What truly matters is that you do not let your worth be defined by others. If you allow them to decide what you deserve, your life will be confined by the limits they impose. But if you know who you are, what you have, and how valuable you are, the world will eventually recognize it too. True value is not found in praise or criticism. It lies in where you place yourself and in how you treat yourself. If you believe you're only worth a dozen oranges, the world will treat you that way. But if you believe you are priceless, you will not trade yourself for anything less. Live like a radiant gem, even if covered in dust, still glowing from within. And always remember, only you truly know how much you're worth. Don't let anyone else decide that for you. The man stood silent, his heart awakened. In that moment, he understood not only the value of the stone, but also the sacred value of his own life. Your worth is not defined by others, but by where you place yourself. If you know who you are, what you possess, and what you deserve, then little by little, the world will come to see and honor that. Those who understand their true worth do not let others decide it for them. They don't live by praise or judgment, but by a steadfast belief. I am valuable, and only I have the right to define that. Remember this. The world can only give you what you believe you deserve.